Hello dear students, our today's topic is periodic properties. So actually when we move in periodic table, as we know that horizontal columns in periodic table are known as periods and vertical columns are known as groups. So when we move across a period like from left to right or in a group from up to down, then several properties of element changes with this movement. Okay, so these properties are known as periodic properties. They can change with the movement in periodic table. Okay, now there are many examples of periodic properties actually, but in today's video we will discuss atomic radii, okay, as the example of periodic property. Atomic radii. So what is atomic radii? Suppose this is the nucleus, this is the first orbit and this is the second orbit. So atomic radii is this radius. Okay, atomic radius is the distance from the center of the nucleus and to the outermost shell of the atom. So this radius is known as atomic radii. Okay, but according to quantum mechanical model, we know that electron extended around the nucleus to infinity. Okay, like this. So now what we will do? Which area we will take as a orbit? So the area where electrons density is minimum, okay, negligible we can say. Okay, suppose this is the area where electron density is negligible, then we can consider this area as the orbit. Okay, because electron density can't be zero because it extended to the infinity. So that's why the area where the electron density is negligible, we can consider that area as orbit. So the radius between the center of the nucleus and the area where the electron density is negligible is known as atomic radii. Okay, this is the different definition of atomic radii, you can say. Okay, now we'll talk about the types of atomic radii. So there are three types of atomic radii. First is metallic radii, second is covalent radii, and third is van der Waals radii. So let's take the first. Metallic radii. So metallic radii, suppose we are having two atoms. These two atoms are not forming any bond or something, they are just adjacent atom. Okay, so metallic radii is the half of the internuclear distance of two adjacent atoms. Okay, means if this is the internuclear distance between these two nucleus, then the half of this internuclear distance would be the metallic radii, and these atoms are just adjacent atom. Okay, so this is the metallic radii. Now covalent radii. What is covalent radii? So for covalent radii, we have to take two atoms which are covalently bonded with each other. Okay, and then we will show the nucleus and this is the internuclear distance between these two nucleus. So covalent radii is the half of the internuclear distance of two atoms which are covalently bonded with each other. Okay, so this is the covalent radii. Now third is van der Waals radii. To explain van der Waals radii, suppose this is one molecule and this is second molecule. Okay, so and this is the nucleus of this atom and this is the nucleus of this atom. So and this is the internuclear distance between these two nucleus. So half of the internuclear distance, van der Waals radii is the half of the internuclear distance of two atoms which are corresponds to different molecules. Okay, which are belongs to different molecules, as this atom belongs to this molecule and this atom belongs to this molecule. So this radius is known as van der Waals radius. Okay, so these are the three types of atomic radii. Now we'll discuss the variation. Variation of atomic radii. First of all, we will discuss in period. So in period, we know that when we move from left to right, okay, when we move from left to right, then atomic number increases, and with the atomic number of proton increases, and number of proton is increasing means nuclear charge increases. Okay, so we can say that in period nuclear charge increases, and because of the increase in nuclear charge, suppose this is first element and this is second element, okay, and belongs to the same period. So in this element nuclear charge is something, but in this element as it is the next element to this, so in this element nuclear charge will be greater than this element. Okay, so that's why due to the increase in nuclear charge, the outermost shell will experience more nuclear force. Okay, so that's why size shrinks. Similarly, if we take next element, then size will decrease further. Okay, so in this way we can say that because of the increase in nuclear charge and the number of orbit are constant in periods, as we know, so that's why size decreases when we move from left to right in periods. Okay, means atomic radii will decrease in periods. Now we'll talk about the groups. As we know that while going in groups from one atom to other atom, there is a addition of new orbit. Okay, suppose this is the first element, then this will be the second element with new orbit. Okay, then this is the next element with the another new orbit. Okay, so because of the addition of new orbits, we can say that when we move from move in groups up to down, then size will increase because of the increase in number of orbits. Okay, so we can say that atomic radii increases in groups and decreases in periods. Okay, so this is all about the atomic radii. Thank you.